Snyder's Horse Latitudes. Man, it's just here. It's just his ear, man. It's just his ear.
Yeah.
What can we say about this man?
He
Yeah,
won.
he did.
He won.
He has a new movie coming out. It hasn't started filming yet. They are casting as of right now, and this is from the Illuminati, I think. They're um,
And they're doing some camera
Yeah.
tests, I saw,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the red camera.
Exactly. And I think they are in the casting phase, but this isn't, coming from Hollywood Reporter or Variety or, Brick Trades like that. But Illuminati said that I forgot what his name is, the Ant-Man villain. Yeah.
Yellow Jacket, but I forgot his name as well.
So him and Henry Allen, he was cast. Billy Crudup. He worked on Watchmen with Zack Snyder. He was Dr. Manhattan, and he also worked with Zack on Justice League. Corey Stroll. And he worked on Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he was amazing in it. Everyone was blown away by his performance. It was one of the most emotional scenes of the movie, and then he said no to the Flash film because of scheduling conflicts. But we know what that means. It could be anything. But somehow, magically, he got free to do this movie. What are your thoughts on that?
Always got time for Zack Snyder. And rightfully so, because Zack Snyder is always treated him with respect, and I'm sure giving him a great working environment. Watchmen is Zack Snyder's Justice
Also, his
League.
movies don't get postponed for like 7 years.
Yeah, he was attached to the Flash movie for years. Like, I bet you he turned down roles because he thought the Flash film was going to be filming next week, or not next week, but a few months, over the years, because new directors came onto it, and new stars and stuff like that. And new writers. We thought, oh, here it is, 6 months time, Flash is going to film. I bet you he turned down roles. I bet you Ezra Miller turned down roles. I bet you that's why Kiersey Clemons probably dropped out and had to be brought back into it, because they were just fed up with waiting. So yeah, it's amazing how he's got time for Zack Snyder and his movie. But Horse Latitudes, it's going to be shot in South America. I think Zack was waiting for the COVID numbers to go down or to be safe and shoot in. So yeah, I don't know if South America. Is there an echo? I don't know if South America.
Listening to us on speaker, I think.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my computer crashed a bit. I'm sorry.
You're hearing a bit of echo.
But it's supposed to be a bit of echo.
Do you hear some echo now?
Yeah, you can hear me.
Okay.
Hello?
Is it better now?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's supposed to shoot in South America. COVID was high there, that's why they haven't been shooting. But if they're in talks, it's probably certain that they're going to be signing on pretty soon for the role, and then it will officially come out to the big trades. The Illuminati has been right about a lot of things in the past and stuff like that, so they're pretty reliable in that sense. And we know that Zack Snyder has wanted to shoot this movie pretty soon, so it's going to be a smaller budget movie. This is probably going to be Zack Snyder's smallest movie ever. It's going to be more character driven. The budget's not going to be massive visual effects and CGI or anything like that. It's going to be exploring Zack's kind of more. I would say more of his creative mind, because he doesn't have the ploys of CGI or visual effects or things like that, or sound stages. He's going to have to get out in the environment and do it, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, Max, do you know what the plot is for this? It's based on the book The Fountainhead, or am I wrong?
I think that Horse Latitudes is based on this original story of this photographer and this soldier, this veteran, I think, that hunt down or at least look for a murder that killed an ambassador and his family. I think I read it a few days ago. And I cannot wait. I think that the premise looks fantastic, even the fact that Zack is doing this in a more of uh, smaller movie way with him, and I think he said something like 20 cast members and crew members max going around in South America. I think that it can be something really, really special, something, some might say Oscar baity, but for Zach, this is this is a wide term. I think that with casting going forward now, we might get some pretty interesting details. Soon. I would love for this movie that, as far as I know, isn't being released by Netflix or Warner Bros. Let's not even talk about them or other studios. So imagine if A24 decides
man.
to, it would be something, yeah, something really, really, really special. And I think that Zack, especially now after Justice League and Army of the Dead, I think Zack has a chance to, partner with them on a movie like this. I think it would be a really good move on both ends. So yeah, let's hope that he manages to do so, and I can't wait to see whoever cast next because these two actors are fantastic, are amazing in when they're given the right material, they're really, really incredible.
Yeah.
So I always get confused. This isn't the Fountainhead
that's another
story,
movie.
is it? Or is that a different story?
The Fountainhead story is something like an architect that that bombs his building. It's really, really shortened out, but they stole the plans for his building. They want to change it, and he says, "No, you can't change my building. I will destroy it before you change
It's
what I
basically
did."
Zack's biography.
So it's exactly, And so this is more. I think it was his original idea completely. I don't think it was inspired by anything as far as I know.
And it's also it was called The Last Photograph before, and now the name changed to Horse Latitude.
Yeah, interesting. I'm interested in this one because it's an original kind of idea. It's not a comic book movie. It's not
No
an
green
adaptation of.
screens.
Yes, so it's going to be interesting to see Zack direct this and get down in the dirty and do this in South America. So interested, and I'm sure once he makes it, it's probably going to be a Stone Quarry production funded that way, and maybe a few other smaller production companies. It probably won't be a huge budget anyway. So I'm sure it will be picked up then by somebody, and if not Netflix, then some other
A24
company. But Netflix looks like A24 would be awesome. It really would. But I think I think what would be cool to do is for him to make the movie and for not to give it to any studios or like a Netflix yet. Bring it around all the festivals, let it get some hype through the festivals if it's good.
Yeah.
And then A24 could come in or Netflix could come in, and then there's already chatter about it. There's already maybe Oscar talk or awards talk about it, and then it gets picked up. I think that'd be a cool way for a Zack Snyder film to be a festival movie instead of a
am I wrong, or didn't Zack go to I think it was either Cannes or Venice with the 300?
Oh, 300. I'm not sure which one.
I think, let me search.
But yeah, getting into those festivals would mean a lot, especially because most of Zack's filmography is just adaptations and a couple of original stories, right? And it's almost all of them, actually all of them are just genre stuff. He's never made a drama movie, right? So this probably would be the first one that people actually see what his style would be in this kind of genre, and they might appreciate him more. And they will finally realize that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that they don't realize what he's doing; they just don't like it. So with a drama film, they will just realize that he has the talent to do this, and they might look at it differently. Because going into a comic book movie with Zack Snyder sets you up for different types of expectations and preconceived notions about Zack Snyder, a Zack Snyder film. But this would be different.
Because everybody has a Batman. Everybody
Yeah.
has a Batman they love, and then when they see one they don't, they're very critical.
Yeah.
So, or a Superman. So yeah, I can see what you're saying there. This is nobody has. Oh, I've already seen this movie.
My Billy Crudup isn't
Yeah,
like that.
it was Berlin's movie festival in 2007.
Nice.
In 2007. Yeah, it was
Nice.
Berlin's movie
Nice.
festival. It was not in the race for awards, but it was presented there
Nice.
first.
And that film had a lot of chatter around it in terms of it's really good, and this director Zack Snyder is pretty amazing. So maybe going back to his roots per se, and that I think it'd be cool to see a movie like that go around the festivals and to get that kind of hype. If it's good, it has to be good, of course. But yeah, let's see. But the casting is pretty good, and the director is great, and I'm interested.
Also, speaking of, this image, by the way, is created by Aaron Bailey. And it's just amazing. I loved look how cool it is. Even the font and this actually image is super large too. Like the quality of these pictures, both of them, and then the background, it's amazing. I just really loved it, man.
Wait, I thought it was something, from the right.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
This is fan art by Aaron Bailey.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. It doesn't surprise me. He's really great.
Yeah, he's got some cool pieces on his. You should definitely follow him on Twitter, on Instagram as well. He puts up kind of like even one of the ones I loved. He did was of Lex Luthor and kind of Dr. Poison, of where she kind of if the movies happened, Lex visits her and something like that. That'd be that he did kind of something like that. It is pretty cool in 2-in-1 picture. So no, that's awesome. But who do we think the two actors is playing? I think one of them is supposed to be a war veteran. The other is it a journalist? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Was it
a photograph?
Photographer.
Photographer. Sorry, photographer. He's not a photographer. He's a photographer. Yeah.
Which actor do we think is playing the ex-military guy?
Corey, probably.
You think? I think either of them.
I think Billy Crudup is definitely the photographer. I mean, he just looks like a photographer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's because that picture. Like, he looks like he's being a model.
Yeah. I think like Casey that Chris Roll will be the veteran, the soldier, but the roles could be exchanged and it would work perfectly. Like really, a photographer like a more rugged and brutal photographer could also work. So. Yeah, I'm interested, and perhaps neither of them is in character. Now Ben Affleck.
Yeah, they cast somebody now like I don't know, like Bruce Willis is the war veteran or something. We're like, oh, okay, we thought we had it.
I was hoping for something, but yeah, it's a big stretch. But imagine if Clay was the photographer in the movie.
Going meta.
Well, he's had his stuntmen as actors, so. And women, from team as actors in his movies. So who's to say he wouldn't put Clay in?
Yeah.
But we don't know when this movie's coming out. We don't know the rest of the cast.
We don't even know the full plot. Actually, it was just 2 lines that Max read out.
Yeah,
that's all we know.
Yeah. But we're excited because it's one of our favorite directors.
And even just out of curiosity, I'm excited to see this because even I am curious to see how he would make other genres. So a drama would not have as much slow motion gunfights and all that stuff, right? It will just be pure drama, and some of the sad scenes might be in slow motion, but that won't be a lot. So it's kind of restricting him and his style in this genre because it's just two people talking for the most part. So it's going to be fun.